Well, sexual harassment accused Wrestling Federation of India's former chief Brij Bhushan's son, who has now been fielded by the BJP as a candidate from Kaisarganj. Karan Bhushan filed his nomination today. His father has been a 6-time MP in all. And it's not just a show of nepotism as accused by the opposition at a time when BJP continuously targets Congress over dynastic politics.
बहुत बढ़िया महसूस कर रहे हैं, मेरे जीवन का सबसे बड़ा पल है और मैं कैसरगंज तो सारी जनता को सबको धन्यवाद करता हूँ और निवेदन करता हूँ कि जब मैं बीच में आऊँगा तो मुझे उतना अपने पिताजी जैसा प्यार और आशीर्वाद जनता से मिलेगा।
तैयारी जो करना है जनता को करना है। भारी संख्या में कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हैं। आसपास के कई जिलों के गोरखपुर, बनारस, फैजाबाद, अयोध्या, बस्ती, सारे जगह कार्यकर्ता जुटे हैं।
Remember, amid the unprecedented protests and sexual harassment allegations by Indian women wrestlers, including Olympic medal wrestlers, men and women, there was one statement by Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Dabdaba tha, dabdaba bana rahega. That statement seems to hold true.
दबदबा था, दबदबा रहेगा और ये भगवान ने दे रखा है, ये भगवान ने दे रखा है।
Now, Brij Bhushan Singh, a 6-time MP, has won Kaisarganj 5 times on a ticket from BJP and once for the SP. His influence and dominance is evident from an empire that he has built, as he's associated with more than 50 educational institutions, including engineering, education, law, established in several parts of eastern Uttar Pradesh. He's a dominant influence in eastern Uttar Pradesh. Karan, in his late 20s, is the youngest of Brij Bhushan's 3 sons and succeeded him as the Uttar Pradesh Wrestling Association president in February. He has been a national-level trap shooter, and his election marks his first foray into electoral politics. Now, Sakshi Malik has strongly condemned this move. She has said, daughters of India have lost, Brij Bhushan has won. Remember, Sakshi Malik was among those who led the protest against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. The opposition has condemned the move as well, accusing the BJP of failing the moral compass.
आप भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोगों को पूछिए, ये परिवारवाद नहीं है और वैसे तो चलिए टिकट उनको देना है, किसको देना, किसको देना, किसको नहीं देना है, लेकिन ये भी सीधा सीधा परिवारवाद है।
कम से कम अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं और प्रधानमंत्री को स्वयं माफी मांग लेनी चाहिए कि जिन देश की बेटियों ने मेडल लाकर इस देश का गौरव बढ़ाया, पूरे देशवासियों का सीना गर्व से चौड़ा किया, उन बेटियों को जंतर मंतर पर रोना पड़ा जिस सांसद की वजह से। आप उनके बेटे को देकर क्या जताना चाहते हैं? आप क्या जताना चाहते हैं कि हम उस सांसद को टिकट नहीं दे रहे, उनके बेटे को ब्रिज भूषण के दे रहे टिकट? तो इससे आपकी नीयत पता चलती है कि आप वोट के लिए आपसे कुछ भी करवाया जा सकता है, वोट के लिए आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो, कितना भी नीचे जा सकते हो, कुछ भी बोल सकते हो।
Well, I'm being joined by Trivedi, who's a spokesperson for BJP, as well as advocate Mahima Singh, who's a spokesperson for Congress. Trivedi, to you first. What would you say to what Sakshi Malik has said? She has said, women, the daughters of India have lost, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has won.
Well, Sneha, first of all, that there is absolutely no allegation against his son Karan Bhushan Singh. There were allegations against Mr. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. He has already resigned. The Indian Wrestling Federation has been dissolved. The person who was elected, who was purported to have been supported by Brij Bhushan, Mr. Sanjay Singh, has also resigned. And there is no known law, because I am also a lawyer, I don't know any law where you can be, when the son can be prosecuted for the allegations against, the supposed allegations against his father. There is absolutely nothing. He's got a squeaky clean image. He's himself a sportsman, and he has got and he's been given that party ticket. on his own accord. It has nothing to do with his father or whatever has happened with the women wrestlers. And Bharatiya Janata Party has always been in the forefront of women rights. You see what happened in whenever an incident went against the women, what happened in Uttar Pradesh. Within 24 hours, there have been encounters. Within 24 hours, either they've been surrendered or they've faced encounter. The issue is here that the opposition is trying to milk this issue for whatever it is left of. We have nothing to do with it. The Bharatiya Janata Party does not support any such thing, and Mr. Brij Bhushan is nowhere in the picture now. And in fact, the World Wrestling Federation has already revoked the suspension on the Indian Wrestling Federation. So this chapter is already closed.
So, my question is, when you say Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is nowhere in the picture, sir, definitely his son cannot be legally tried for what the father did or not did. That's for the court to decide. Let the court decide that. And we are not saying to try the son for that. But when Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh says, Dabdaba tha, Dabdaba bana rahega, Bhagwan ka diya hua hai, isn't this being fielded by the BJP just an extension of that Dabdaba?
No, Dabdaba does not mean physical issues. The Dabdaba is the kind of service that he is known to
No, it
be
isn't
doing in those
physical. It
constituencies.
isn't
He has
physical
been,
issue at all.
Served in eastern Uttar Pradesh. There have been allegations against almost every politician in the country. So there is nothing against him, and we have he already faces a Supreme Court mandated inquiry. Two FIRs have been registered against him, and he's facing the law. There is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with what what the allegations are there, and he's facing the allegations in the court. So there's absolutely no problem.
Mahima
And
Singh,
once the
may I
Supreme
have you
Court is
in at
involved
this
in it, the
time?
government cannot do
Mahima
anything
Singh,
about it.
no, it's not about what government can do after what the Supreme Court has been hearing. The issue is neither about the physical dabdaba. The issue is about far beyond that. The issue is about how influence is exercised, family on family in Indian politics, how influence is exercised in certain spheres. But I'll allow Mahima Singh to speak at this time. Mahima, how do you look at what BJP has said? Listen, we did not field a tainted person, a tainted leader who's been a 6-time MP, but what goes against his son?
Jai Hind, this is pinnacle of frivolity, if you please. And I would like to respond to the BJP and their spokesperson in Sahir Ludhiani's style and reflecting the sentiment of every mother's and daughter's heart today. You know what every mother and daughter wishes to say to the BJP today is औरत ने जन्म दिया मर्दों को मर्दों ने उसे बाजार दिया जब जी चाहा कुचला जब जी चाहा मसला कुचला जब जी चाहा फुतकार दिया जिन सीनों ने इनको दूध दिया उन सीनों को बेपरवार किया जिस कोख में इनका जस्म ढला उस कोख का कारोबार किया Is Brij Bhushan Singh or any other representative of the party not bred on the grounds of the BJP? Is Prajwal Revanna not from an allying party of the BJP? Why has BJP become a breeding ground for the rapists, Sneha? That is the question that this country asks today. I was wondering, I was rather amused and amazed at the same time when I was listening to the BJP spokesperson. He said, well, he is facing the law. Does he have any other option? Or, I mean, you can undermine the law also. That he is facing the law is a matter of fact today after the daughters of this country, the champions of this country, were thrashed on the roads of Delhi while there was a pompous inauguration of the parliament going on just besides, and the prime minister and all the ministers were there. But nobody cared a bit to go and meet those daughters. Did any of the BJP representatives ever go and meet our champion daughters? No. Mr. Narendra Modi said, you know, she's my daughter. Vinesh Fogart is my daughter when she brought her laurel for the country. But when she was crying and being thrashed on the streets of this country, he turned a deaf ear to those daughters, those very daughters. It is the BJP, Sneha, I might want to remind here, that gave a ticket to the likes of Pawan Singh from Asansol in West Bengal, only to face the backlash of the public. So the BJP's mentality today is not hidden from anybody. not only do they breed, offenders, repeat offenders against women, rather, you see their hollow claims of Matri Shakti are rather laughable
All right.
when we see
Let me
the
just go
likes of
across to
Prajwal
Sharad
Ravana
Trivedi for a
fleeing the
response.
country. Prajwal Ravana has flown away
Sharad
from the country
Trivedi.
at behest of the BJP.
Sneha,
Sharad
I
Trivedi,
think the Congress
see,
is the
there's
least.
one thing was sure. I'll come to you. Allow me, Sharad Trivedi, allow me, and you can answer the Congress spokesperson as well. But allow me to get to this question. Fielding Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, of course, was out of question considering what was happening against him, what are the sub judice issues against him, strong allegations, unprecedented historic protests against him. So that was something for the BJP to decide. But there's also this entire Prajwal Ravana issue, which is a very important ally of the BJP in Karnataka at a time when BJP is trying to make inroads into South. Now, my question is, again, returning back to Brij Bhushan's issue. Are you really only seeing this from a legal perspective? You say you're a lawyer, sir. But can BJP afford to look at this from only a legal perspective? Is it as simple as that? That a strong family, I'm not going to say a fiefdom because that's not a term we use in today's times, but he has an empire of his own, a huge influence in the Western Uttar Pradesh. You already have a churn in parts of Eastern Uttar Pradesh that BJP seems to be firefighting, particularly with the Rajput angst that seems to be emerging. Is it the pressure that was yielded because of what he is, the community he belongs to, the family and the empire that he represents, that he may have built on his own, the various educational institutions that he supports? Could BJP not have afforded to field anybody else to just give an impression that they are completely looking into the allegations that are going and they are not going to have any form of patronage at all? There's a very high standard that you all talk about. Have you followed that in the walk in this particular aspect?
Sneha, as long as the candidate in question does not have an allegation, a serious allegation against him, I have no absolutely reason that why he should be denied a ticket to serve the people. The least the least right to the Congress or the opposition has got to talk about women.
Despite the fact the kind of patronage that the father enjoys.
That was the rape capital of the country. The second state in which the Congress rule was there was Kerala. That was the second highest number of crimes against women. And we already, the movie is already coming, the Ajmer 92. The 250 women in Ajmer who were raped by the khadims of Ajmer Sharif and who were also members of the Congress. The entire case was suppressed for almost 35 years. Nobody ever knew what was happening. Here, there is a court-mandated inquiry that is being conducted. FIR has been lodged. The federation has been dissolved. He has resigned,
Exactly.
not from the federation, but
Exactly,
from the
Mr.
wrestling
Sharad
world.
Trivedi. There is a court mandate inquiry that is happening, and certainly there's nothing against the son in this. But who's behind the son? Who's the father? How can you look? I mean, at the end of the day, would the son have been fielded if the father wasn't Brij Bhushan? The son has been fielded because the father is Brij Bhushan. And how high are the chances that he would have been fielded from Kaisarganj if Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh wasn't the father?
Their key ally RJD and their key ally Samajwadi Party and the entire group of people in these two parties, the royal families of these two parties are already facing prison. Lalu ji has already gone to prison. He has already served prison, and even then his two kids are fighting election. There's nothing wrong with it. So you cannot prosecute a son for the allegations against his father or his mother, whatever family he belongs to.
No, fair enough. I will take that question to Congress as well. But two wrongs don't make a right. And may I say this, BJP has always stood against, in this election, has been going hammer and tongs against nepotism, dynastic politics. Is this the messaging? Is the messaging correct here?
No, what we talk about dynastic politics is that
again, as I use the word patronage and influence.
I'll tell you, the dynastic politics is that if 50 years the Congress exists, I can tell you who would the president would be. I can tell you the president of the Samajwadi Party and RLD and RJD post 50 years. But you cannot tell who would be our next president in the Bharatiya Janata Party. That is what is called the dynastic politics. If a
Mahima
son
Singh.
is capable, if Tejasvi
Mahima
Yadav
Singh.
is capable, there's no problem with him fighting an election. His son, his brother is fighting election, and when Lalu himself has been in prison, he has served the prison sentence. It is not the question of being bailed out. He has served the prison
Mahima
sentence.
Singh, please. All right,
And there's
please
no
allow
problem.
Mahima
Why
Singh to
should the
respond.
state be denied a right to fight the election?
Please allow Mahima Singh to respond.
Before I come to the merit points, I was already raising my hand to talk about, since the BJP spokesperson has brought it to the organization and the election process within the organization, let me briefly respond to that. Within the BJP, we don't know what election or what procedure was followed to name Mr. Nadda as the BJP president. But in Congress, or at least my party, I can talk about, within the Congress, there is election procedure, Sneha, and we have seen how Mr. Kharge was elected to be the president. We have seen that how in the 150-year-old history of the party, you have seen only 5 presidents from one family, and apart from that, there have been plenty of presidents, tens of presidents from within the organization. Now, coming to my 2 points that I was wanting to add earlier. The BJP cries foul nepotism all the time about all the other parties. Even right now, to answer to your question, which was a very straightforward question, and the BJP spokesperson has not been able to tell us why was there no other candidate within the whole BJP organization, as the BJP boasts that they are the biggest party, the largest party, and we say that they're the richest party also. They say they're rich in terms of organization. Was there no befitting candidate, and they only had to follow nepotistic norms to name a candidate there? But he's bringing, the families that have held legacies, that have sacrificed themselves over the country into the picture. Now, let me say that how many times have you seen in any of these parties that he's naming that the son or the heir has come as a substitute to their father or mother? They have been a part of the organization, contributing to the society, and been elected. When they talk about our revered leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he's a 3-time elect from Uttar Pradesh, then one-time elect from Kerala, now again going into election. Yet they don't cease to talk about him. But when it comes to the BJP, they do not have people to name apart from the sons and daughters of criminals, like in this case. So, and Prajwal Revana, another burning example. And
allow me, Mahima, to read out Sakshi Malik's tweet. Allow me, if you can have it up on the screen, please. If we can have Sakshi Malik's tweet up on the screen, please, at this point. So she has gone ahead and said, decision has defeated country's daughters.
Indeed, it has. And that is what I've been pointing out.
Goes on to say, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has won. Sharad Trivedi, do you want to respond to Sakshi Malik, India's pride, India's medal winner, when she goes to say that the decision has defeated country's daughters and Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has won? Why would she say, if you are trying to put a picture that everything is so black and white, it's the father who's facing the allegations, son is absolutely clean, why would Sakshi Malik put this message out?
See that the opposition is trying to create a narrative that BJP is against women. BJP is against the women's rights. We've been fighting for the women's rights for last 25 years, from 1998 till date. We were fighting for reservation for women. We've been fighting for women's rights. Our leaders have been touching the feet of...
Do you want to respond to what Sakshi Malik has said? Very humbly, I'm asking you, do you want to respond? Do you want to respond to what Sakshi Malik has said? In fact, she has said, we all put our careers at stake. We slept on the streets for many days in the sun and rain.
The country stands with them. Bharatiya Janata Party stands with them.
Been
the
arrested.
issue is that when we have got a court-mandated inquiry, there is nothing, nobody can interfere in it. The Honorable Supreme Court has taken cognizance of the offence. They are
Sir, nobody
conducting
is
an
asking for interference. That's my point. Nobody is asking for interference. Sakshi Malik is saying Brij Bhushan has won. Why would she say Brij Bhushan has won? She's not saying to probe him or not to probe him or to expedite the probe or to set up some special. If the son has been nominated, he's filed his nomination today. He has been fielded from Kesarganj, where Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh won 6 times. Why would Sakshi Malik put out this tweet that Brij Bhushan has won, the daughters have lost?
Neha, these young wrestlers are being misguided. They are being given a false narrative. If we go by this narrative and the high standards of justice that the opposition is talking about, even Rahul Gandhi should not have fought election because his father was accused in Bofors. Sonia Gandhi has been facing allegations. They are already all out on bail. The Jijaji is also facing allegation. We cannot. The law says that unless there has been a successful prosecution for more than 2 years, you cannot deny a person from fighting election. If it is for less than 2 years, even then a person can fight election.
Everything isn't about black and white law always. There is so much more than just explicit laws. However, I will go to Mahima Singh because you have also raised allegations against Congress. But as I say, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But Mahima, to you.
Yeah, yes, you see, it is mockable when the BJP spokesperson, and at the same time, it is very invigorating when he speaks like that and he says, well, the country stands with them. How brazen. Because as I pointed out earlier, they were being thrashed on the roads and there was the Prime Minister and his array of ministers in the parliament, new parliament building, where the president was not invited. And the daughters of this country were completely ignored, Sneha. The very daughter, Vinesh Phogat, who the Prime Minister once said, I don't have a daughter and she's my daughter. I want to ask the BJP spokesperson and let him respond to this in a very straight manner. Did any BJP leader ever reach out to them? If the country stood with them, where were the BJP leaders? Where was the Prime Minister? Where was the Women and Child Development Minister? She was taking a selfie in the parliament.
Okay.
So they better don't talk like that.
Okay.
Better.
Okay, a last question to both of you. Sharad Trivedi, again, before I come out, my team has also put out Bajrang Punya's quote as well. Let me just read out that because it's not just about Sakshi Malik. There's also Bajrang Punya who's tweeted out, it's the misfortune of the country. He's gone on to say, and if he can change the plate, daughters who win medals will be dragged on the streets. The son of the person who sexually exploits them, of course, these are allegations, but he goes on to say the son will be honored. Sharad Trivedi, how would you counter this perception, the son being honored, and the allegation of patronage, the allegation of the weight that Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh draws? There have been huge protests and allegations even against that. Your last response before I go to the last response of Mahima.
I've been saying constantly that these young wrestlers are being misguided. You cannot condemn the family, you cannot condemn the children for the deeds committed by one of the individuals. That is the law. We are following this basic principle of premise of law that you have to have a court order. An imprisonment of more than 2 years for
one question, sir. What was the basis of choosing Karan Bhushan for fielding him as the candidate this time?
He himself is an eminent sportsman. He himself has done a stallion work in that area, and he is popular among the people there. So he is going to be the member of parliament from that area. That is the reason why he's been given ticket.
Mahima Singh, I don't have time, so I can't ask another question. Mahima Singh, 30 seconds before I wrap. Sharad Trivedi, I just have 30 seconds. Allow Mahima Singh to please speak. Mahima Singh.
This is very audacious when he says misguided. These wrestlers that won laurels for the country, the BJP spokesperson totally seems to be living in oblivion because these are also government servants today. They are in government service today. When he's saying they are misguided, he's undermining their wisdom. He is also forgetting that even for the organization's chief election, kin of confidant of Brij Bhushan Singh was named. For the election, his son is being named. Does the BJP think that all of us
Okay,
sitting out here
and-
are fools and the people of this country cannot decipher what the BJP is set out to
All
do?
right. Okay, Advocate Mahima, I'm totally out of time. Sharad Trivedi, Advocate Mahima, thank you very much for joining us, for putting in your perspectives. This is an important issue. This definitely is something that people would be looking at. We'll be talking. The results would say the rest.